Hello, learners. How are you? Hope you are doing well at home. Dear learners, this is Mukhlesur Rahman Fahim, lecturer, Department of English, Milestone College. Welcome you all to the online English class. Our today's topic is gap filling activities without clue. Dear learners, to do well in gap filling activities, that means with clue or without clue, you have to know some other important relevant things. These are number one, enrich your vocabulary. Number two, practice on grammar and structure of sentence. Number three, meaning of the given passage. That means you have to know the meaning of the given passage or text in the question paper. Number four, analyze the sentences given in the passage so that you can fill up the gap or blanks in the sentence correctly. Dear learners, now we'll practice some sentence structure so that we can easily fill up the gap in the sentence correctly. Look at the structure here. If you find article plus gap plus noun, that means if you find gap between article and noun, in this gap you have to in this gap you can use adjective. Look at the example. There lived a dash fox in a forest. You can use here clever, lazy, wise, cunning, kind, etc. That means the answer will be there lived a clever fox or lazy fox or wise fox in a forest. Number 6. If you find the sentence structure in this way, article plus adjective plus gap plus noun. That means if you find gap between adjective and noun, you can use a past or present participle in the gap. Look at the example. I saw a beautiful dash picture hung on the wall. You can use here painted or colored. Here painted and colored is present participle. Look at number 7. If you find the gap between the indefinite article the and a plural verb, then in this gap you can use an adjective. Look at the example. The dash are born to suffer. Here you can use poor. Then another example, the dash are not always happy. Here you can use rich. That means here poor and rich both are plural common noun. Look at number 8. If you find definite article the, then gap, then noun. In this gap, you can use an adjective, that means a superlative degree. Look at the example. Mr. Monirujjaman is the best man in the village. Wisest, richest, strongest, cleverest, tallest, best. These can be the answer here. Then look at another example. Mr. Khan is the dash man of NS Road area. You can use here fattest, poorest, laziest, etc. Any one adjective from here can be the answer. Look at number 9. If you find preposition, then gap, then noun, in this structure or in this sentence, you can use a verb plus ing to fill up the gap. Look at an example. Children are fond of dash sweets. You can use here fond of eating sweets. You see here after preposition we use verb plus ing eating. Look at numbers. Look at number 10. If you find the structure article plus gap plus verb, that means if you find gap between article and verb, here you can use a noun. The dash are catching fish in the river. You can use here fishermen, boys, people, villagers, etc. That is, the people, fishermen, boys, or villagers are catching fish in the river. Number 11. If you find structure noun plus gap plus relative pronoun, that means a gap between noun and relative pronoun. Here you can use preposition to fill up the sentence, fill up the gap. Look at an example. The school dash which Ridwan reads has a good reputation. You can use here a preposition in. The school in which Ridwan reads has a good reputation. Number 12. If you find the structure, one of the or many of them or most of the plus adjective, then you can use noun, that means plural noun, to complete the sentence. Look at an example. Milestone College is one of the most famous dash in Dhaka. You can use here colleges in Dhaka. Colleges here, colleges is plural noun. Another example, Mr. Moniruzzaman is one of the greatest dash of Tangail persons of Tangail. Number 13. Dear learners, if you find the structure be verb plus gap plus preposition, that means if you find gap between be verb and preposition, then you can use adjective to fill up the gap. Look at the example. The tiger is dash of meat. You can use fond of meat. Another example, Miss Mina is dash at English. It can be weak or good at English. Number 15. If you find finite verb plus gap, that means if you find gap after finite verb, then you can use noun or adjective or adverb to complete the sentence. Look at the example. Mr. Mustaq is a dash. It can be man, shopkeeper, teacher, etc. Another example, Mr. Asaduজ্জামান is dash. It can be honest, faithful, dutiful, confident, lazy. These are adjectives. Dear learners, we have practiced various sentence structures and rules. Now we will practice a word question. Look at the question. Fill in the blanks with suitable words. 0.5 into 10 equal to 5. That means 10 gap will come to your question. If you can correct all these 10 gap, then you will get full 5 marks. Look at the question. We live in an age of dash. Dear students, we have known from the sentence structure that after adjective, after preposition, after preposition, we can use a noun. So we can use here science, a noun. That means we live in an age of science. Then you see, we can see dash influence of science in all spheres of life. Look at after gap, you find here influence a noun. So before noun, you can use an article. Here we use the. We can see the influence of science in all spheres of life. Science is a constant dash of our daily life. Look at here constant in adjective. So after adjective we can use a noun. So we can use here companion. Science is a constant companion of our daily life. We have dashed the impossible things possible. Look at we subject have verb auxiliary verb. Then we can use B3 of verb. So what we can use here? Subject plus have plus V3. That means we can use here made. We have made the impossible things possible by means dash science. Dear learners, we can use preposition of between to noun. Look at here means is noun and science is noun. So between these two noun we can use a preposition of. Then the modern civilization is a dash of science. So after article we can use a noun. Look at gift here is a noun. At present we can dash travel from one place to another. Look at here travel is a verb. So we can use an adverb before verb. So it can be easily. We can easily travel from one place to another. Then dash ancient time. Look at here an ancient time. It is a phrase word and we know the phrase is in ancient time. In ancient time journey was difficult. Then again you see dash had to spend much. So we can use then again see dash had to spend much. So the sentence structure can be subject plus verb plus extension. So we can use here subject we. We had to spend much dash and money for traveling. Look at here is an end and after end we got a noun. So before end we may get a noun also. So what can be the answer? Time. That is, we had to spend much time and money for traveling. But we should remember that science has to be exploited for the greatest welfare of mankind. Dear learners, we have practiced a board question. Now it's your turn. It's another question for you for your homework. You will do this homework, dear learners. If you practice all the sentence structures and rules and few other important question paper, I think you will fail. Dear learners, no more today. See you again. Allah Hafiz. Bye.